Hello, this is Julie Phillips in Tampa, Florida, owner of We Offer Wellness, WOW Simplified. I got into natural health as a wellness educator and coach over 15 years ago from a life-threatening scare and a prayer that led me there. And I've been teaching and coaching free for over 15 years. And you can see I've earned a lot of wellness credentials. But what I want to share with you right now in the next 20 minutes, in the pyramid at the bottom, we're going to focus on the best way to achieve and maintain optimal weight, which is a lifestyle change with what you're eating, with the right amount of water and exercise. So this is targeted for both individuals and for wellness professionals that are looking for an excellent program for their clientele. The slideshow is from Dr. Shanhong Liu, medical doctor in California and PhD in physiology, the owner for many years of Mount Shasta Integrative Medicine. And look at her in 2005 with all of those health challenges. And then after a patient introduced her to the products that I'm going to share with you here, they're called Arenda products, and specifically the Clean Burn Shape program. Look at how young and vibrant that Dr. Liu looks in the bottom right-hand corner. He points out that stress and toxins make us very, very sick in all different categories. She doesn't just mean chemicals. Look at the bottom. She also means heavy metals, electromagnetic fields from cell phones and computers, radiation exposure, genetically modified organisms in our toxic food supply. The stress and toxins are not only making us sick, but making us fat and overweight. It's an epidemic. And with the awareness that Dr. Liu is providing here, we can choose not to be a casualty of the second most preventable cause of death, which is overweight and obesity. The majority of Americans are experiencing intense and chronic stress, which is linked to premature aging and the chronic disease epidemic. And nearly all dieting Americans regain their weight within a year, and her diagrams explain the primary reason why that is true. In the first figure on the left, you'll see that an American carrying a lot of toxins, if they have a substantial amount of weight, typically the toxins might be focused around the middle section of our body and the belly, and maybe the hips and thighs if it's a woman. But now when people do typical dieting of just counting calories or points and things like that, they're not focused on eliminating toxins. What happens when we get rid of some of the fat cells that were hiding the toxins? Look, now in the middle figure, the toxins are way up there around the heart and vital organs, more concentrated where they can cause more damage. So to survive, a person might see their body hit a plateau or gain the weight right back very quickly, like 95% of Americans that diet regain their weight within the first year. So the focus here is to get rid of the toxins, cleanse at the cellular level, give the poor liver a break, and secure the muscle mass while we get rid of that toxin-laden fat, and eat healthy starting on the very first day of the program. This is how to keep it off long term. So I've been evaluating weight management systems for a while and immediately fell in love with my own personal results on the Clean Burn Shape program. And it's all natural. And in you can see there's a 10-day cleanse, a 30-day burn, and a life program. And the whole thing is designed to eat healthy, change your lifestyle, give the body what it needs and help it to digest, and then keep the weight off long term. So in my 45 days, I lost over 4 inches off my waist, over 4 inches off my hips, 2 points of visceral fat around vital organs, and 4 years of age on my body composition scale, while I watched the muscle percent improve and the body fat decrease, which was wonderful. So we're talking about excellent, healthy foods without chemicals and pesticides. There's 3 key components: the clean, the burn, and the shape. And optionally, there's 3 things in here I want you to think about. If you think you need help with friendly flora like probiotics and prebiotics, digestive enzymes, and something that maybe would help with possibly a leaky gut situation, according to one of Dr. Liu's colleagues. That first product that's optional is called EAZE, E-A-Z-E. The second one is the pituitary spray called Otropin, because you know the pituitary gland is linked with all the other hormones in the body. And the third one is called a balance spray. So Dr. Liu says some of her people with blood sugar or some people with a lot of high stress and anxiety might consider adding the balance spray to what they're doing. So this is the Clean Burn Shape program, which is almost 3 years old. And the Orenda company that created it started with their things like the Otropin spray for the pituitary as long as almost 15 years ago. 3 simple steps. Step 1, the 10-day cleanse. Step 2, the 30-day burn, as many cycles as you need of that. And step 3, the life program. I believe any adult or teenager should be considering the 10-day cleanse, which is all vegan, meaning it's all pure vegetarian. There's no animal products at all. And by the way, all these products, all 3 products, Clean Burn and Shape, are all gluten-free and GMO-free. There's in the 10-day, there's no meat. You will get to eat natural meats if you wish in the 30-day program when you're burning more of the fat. But the first 10-day has grain-free and dairy-free as well. And it does have legumes, the right amount of water, and a reasonable amount of exercise. So the doctor tells her patients, you can do excellent in 10 days and might be really surprised at your results. And you might hope to lose 1/2 to 2 pounds per day based on her 3 years of experience with the program. And we know the men typically lose faster than the women because they might have more muscle than the females. So let's look at all 3 of the products, the Clean, the Burn, and the Shape. The Clean, I am highly impressed with. And you're going to see she has 2 extra slides on the aronia berry that's in it, the first one listed there. Phenomenal ingredients, and we know the milk thistle on the top of the second column is good for the liver, and we know Podiarco is a very potent detoxifier. But one thing I really love about this is it isn't just full of nutrition and cleansers, but it has multiple adaptogens to help balance us out and buffer us from the effects of stress. So we might detox without all the symptoms that might be typical. So ashwagandha, rhodiola, and suma, these are all adaptogenic herbs, my favorite type of herbs. Brilliant combination with the Clean product. So the first ingredient in the Clean was the aronia berry. Well, take a look at that first reason why Dr. Liu loves it so much. Protects the liver from chemical poisoning, protects the stomach lining, anti-inflammatory, good with cholesterol and blood sugar, and on and on. And the big emphasis in the 10-day cleanse, a very key effort is helping the liver, which detoxifies. And you can see how strong the aronia berry is on that, but also with the GI tract and output of bile, the immune system, the adrenal glands, the hormones. So this is a excellent combination. And I actually take more of this than I need to long term. The second component is a capsule. That was a powder you mix with water, the Clean. The Burn is a capsule, very simple yet crucial, and you'll be taking 1 capsule of this before every meal on all 3 steps. Only from a very special form of the organic green coffee plant grown at high altitudes. The extraction is to get higher than 50% of the key ingredient with all the health benefits, chlorogenic acid, and negligible, very small, tiny amount of the natural caffeine. So it's not a stimulant, does not increase the blood pressure or the heart rate. Dr. Liu says she even has patients that just to test it took 2 at a time with no issues whatsoever. I've not heard of anyone having an issue with this at all. So it's very effective. The second and third bullet points are important. Helps reduce glucose levels by reducing intestinal glucose absorption. And the third one helps improve the release of fat out of fat storage for metabolism and supports lean healthy mass to fat ratio. So Very important component. And the third product is the Shape Shake. It's full of greens and superfoods as well as excellent plant-based pea protein. It's got the fabulous organic fats in it and great fiber, as well as the right amount of ingredients to help you keep very, very full. So it's very lasting, and it is all gluten-free, by the way, and it's also GMO-free. It's my favorite shake, and I've been testing protein shakes for many years. Dr. Liu likes to point out that this shake, the fibers in it are very important to protect the colon against mutagenic changes and helps absorb quite a bit of water in the colon so the stool can move through and we'll get better bowel movements, and the fiber can pick up toxins so they don't get recycled back to our poor liver. So it's a very nutrient dense, good tasting, low calorie, high quality nutrition shake. If I had to guess from my experience, I would guess this shake is over 97% absorbable, is my guess, compared to maybe fish or chicken or steak. The experts I've worked with say maybe 40 to 60% absorbable compared to possibly high 90% absorbable. Very digestible, easy on the kidney and liver, and probably breaks down better on the acid alkalinity scale because all the meats and fishes, they say, always break down acidic. So there's a good chance this one is breaking down more on the alkaline side. Don't know that for a fact. The emphasis here with the Shape Shake is on protein and muscle building to burn the fat, but preserve the muscle. So here's the program exactly as it comes in the program guide that would get delivered to your door to do the program. Step 1, the 10-day cleanse. 2 clean days, 6 shape days, and 2 more clean days. So it's very simple. In all 3 steps, use the clean, the burn, and the shape. So let's take a look at what the 10-day looks like. A clean day, you always are going to take a burn capsule before every meal, so we won't even mention that again. Then you remember that clean packet on the 2 clean days in the front and the back of this cleanse? You're going to take 1 scoop of that in water. It's a powder for in the morning, and 2 to 3 servings of high fiber organic fruits and vegetables. That means they don't have any chemicals or pesticides in them. And then you have a mid-morning snack. At lunch looks very similar, and then at dinner similar again, but instead of the clean, you're going to have the Shape Shake. So you can see that that was very totally organic and gluten-free. On the shape days, you remember you had 6 shape days in here in the middle? Those are very similar to the clean days, but at lunchtime, at midday, instead of having a clean packet, you have a second Shape Shake. So you got 2 shakes, midday and evening, shaping the body. So that's a 10-day cleanse. I want you to get your measurements before and after, and here's your shopping list. Very simple, be very strict, they say, and look at the bottom right corner. Avoid all soft drinks, avoid bananas and dairy, etc. So be strict because you're going to get more freedom on the 30-day, which looks like this. Lots of burn days, 2 off days in the month. We'll see what that looks like later. They're not completely off, but there's 2 kind of splurge meal opportunities on the 30-day program, followed by a clean day. So you can see the clean days in blue. What does a burn day look like? A burn day is very similar to the shape day that we saw in the 10-day cleanse, but instead of 2 shape packets, look at the bottom right. It says enjoy a 6 to 8 ounce all natural lean protein, chicken breast, fish, or turkey. So now you can have that instead of one of the Shape Shakes. Dr. Liu is a vegetarian by choice. So vegans might say, I'm not going to eat any meat. I'm instead going to use an extra one of the shakes, or I maybe will do extra legumes and vegetables with protein in them to get this program has the right amount of protein, not too much and not too little, based on my many years, over a decade of experience with this. So that's what a burn day looks like. And when you've lost as many inches, fat, and pounds as you wish, then you can go into the Life program, and you'll see that you get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with an off day or an off meal, and I'll show you that in a second. And then right after you've had the weekend, the long weekend where you got to splurge somewhat, then you follow that with a clean day on Monday, and then 3 burn days during the week when it's easier to follow. So you can see that they're not completely off days. Look on the left, you still do the burn capsule and your 2 to 3 servings of high fiber organic fruits and vegetables. You still do the mid-morning snack. And then what do you do at dinner? Now you still take the burn capsule, but if there's a special meal that you've really been thinking about, or you want to go to a party or eat out with friends or have family over, now you can go for it. Enjoy the meal, but they say keep it reasonable because you've worked hard to get this far. So when you jump on the scale Monday and say, wow, I had an opportunity to splurge Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I think I overdid it a little, then boom, you follow it with a clean day, get back to burning, and maybe you won't go quite as overboard next weekend. So you can see the clean burn shape is still used, but you don't use it nearly as much as you used it in the earlier steps. So take your before and after inches and pictures in the same clothing with the same background. I want to hear how many inches your waist and your hips have lost. So here's some photos directly from the corporate website, cbsprogram.com. You can see this is securing muscle while it sheds the toxin-laden fat. So what are your next steps? If you can, if you want to lose 10 pounds or more, I encourage you to get access to a body composition scale. There's a real good one, very inexpensive online, I can point you at. That way you'll know about your visceral fat. You might have more body fat than you realize. So execute, if you think you don't really want to lose too much fat, you can just execute the 10-day cleanse to start, or if you're serious about it, just go ahead and order the 10 plus 30. That'll give you an advantage for pricing after that, getting the 10 and the 30 in the same month. And if you want to baby step it, just get the 1-day sample. I definitely encourage you to get that digestive aid called the EASE. EAZ is phenomenal. That has the friendly flora and enzymes and such in it. Now, to burn more fat, you can do the 30-day burn as many times as you like, or you can go right into the LIFE program after the cleanse or after your first burn cycle. Ask what are valuable extras that you can include, like the pituitary spray and the best drinking water possible. And do me a favor, identify individuals or business owners that might be interested in this weight lifestyle program and point them to us as a team. So where do you get started with this? You can see in the center of the pyramid, we've been focusing on best weight. If you want to rewatch this, weightvideo.com or share it, that's the website, weightvideo.com. To learn about the program itself, arendaantiaging.com. And to get that little free sample, you'll pay a little bit of postage, cbsfreesample.com. And the little extras at the top of the pyramid you probably never heard of. You can check those out on my main website, wow-simplified.com. And at the base of the pyramid, the foundation for health is the best drinking water we can get. So spend 20 minutes, watch hydrationvideo.com, and there's more details at echowatermachine.com. If another individual asked you to watch this presentation, they may be a sales agent like I am. Get back with them if you're interested in any product. But if not, if I invited you to watch this or you watched it on my video or found me on the internet, contact Julie Phillips, 813-695-4372, and Julie at wow-simplified.com, which is my primary website. So let's make it happen.